Texas. They say everything's bigger here, and they're right. We've got big cars, big hearts, and even bigger steaks. This is beef country, Texas, home to the Alamo, the Cowboys, and the largest military installation known to man. So big, it has a big name. Fort Hood, the great place. It's got a Texas-sized podcast as well. And this is it, right here, Fort Hood's great big podcast. Yeehaw.
And we have new national champions in the NCAA football college playoff series.
Roll Tide.
The Alabama Crimson Tide. Did you watch the game, Kelvin?
I did.
You did?
I watched it, but I didn't watch it. I mean, it started to get a little bit out of control, so I can listen to the rest of it.
Last night, and we're taping this on a Tuesday, the game was last night. I was thinking to myself, this is going to be a blowout. So guess what? I did not watch that.
I thought it was going to be close.
Not a minute of it. And what was it?
Not close enough.
First half was close, I heard. Mm-hmm. But I saw the final score when I woke up this morning and went, okay, I don't feel bad about skipping that one. Yep. But, you know, sports fans, the NFL is on. And wild card weekend is over, and now the real teams start to play. My Packers are playing this weekend.
Go Pack, go!
Yeah, they are. And your Ravens are playing who this weekend?
Oh, we get to play. Well, we would have had to play Kansas City if the Steelers would have done their job and beat the Browns. I'm not mad at it though.
No.
So now, you had to excuse me. I ate a lot of CS gas earlier, so I'm dazed and confused right now. My eyes hurt, my nose hurts, my chest hurts. But we are going to play. Oh my God, we're playing the Bills.
Yeah,
Bills Mafia.
So
jump off another table, gentlemen. Those fans are ridiculously crazy.
Lamar Jackson can run in anything. I don't think if it snows, he won't care.
Josh Allen can run too. I mean, I do like the Bills. The Bills fans, you guys are crazy, man. Cray.
Yeah.
All y'all.
Yeah.
Stop jumping on them tables.
Well, you know, something to look forward to. You think they're going to get through the Bills?
Well, of course.
They are.
Oh, yeah. We beat the Bills in the past.
You want to meet the Packers in the Super Bowl. Is that it?
I do like Aaron Rodgers. He's got something to prove this year.
It's kind of weird. I'm going to stay on the subject of football just for a second. Then I'll ask you about that CS gas for a minute. But it's weird. In the AFC, Baker Mayfield is the oldest quarterback of all the four starters left in the playoffs.
Yep.
And then on the NFC side, all right, you got the Los Angeles Rams with, two injured quarterbacks, both of them young.
Yep.
But then you got Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees,
Tom
Brady. So one way or the other, if the Packers do beat the Rams, and I think they will.
Yeah, they will.
You're going to have either Tom Brady or Drew Brees in the NFC Championship game.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
This is probably Drew Brees'
hopefully against Aaron Rodgers, but
this is probably
no
Drew
matter
Brees'
how it
last.
shakes out, you're going to have some seriously veteran quarterbacks.
I won't be mad at any of them. I mean, only team I wouldn't be excited about would be the Rams.
So no matter how it shakes out, it's probably, unless the Rams go to the Super Bowl, and I'm not betting on that.
Nah, they won't.
But more than likely you're going to have the old Grizzly veteran, future Hall of Famer, against the young gun coming out of the AFC. And if it's Patrick Mahomes, and I know you hope it isn't.
No.
But he's been there, done that, and everybody calls him a future Hall of Famer already. Mm-hmm. But hey. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, or Patrick Mahomes.
Man, I like them all.
They're all fun to watch.
I like them all. They are.
They're all fun to watch.
And Baker Mayfield has some of the best commercials I've ever seen.
Getting locked out of his at home with Baker Mayfield.
Oh,
that
come on,
funny.
it's me. Yeah, I mean,
so
they're funny.
All right, I got to ask, and I know this is real Army stuff now. CS gas in your face.
Ugh.
You're out doing your thing. Tell me what you're recovering. Tell me what's going on. This sounds like a story.
Yeah, well, First Med is having their
that's First Medical Brigade for
First
all you
Medical
civilians
Brigade.
out there.
Yeah, they're having their Soldier NCO of the Year plus Best Medic competition, and we're at the Warrior Task Lanes. I mean, I'll say I got a little bit cocky. So
okay, tell people out there what CS. It's tear gas.
Yeah,
right?
It's tear gas. I mean, I usually. It doesn't bother me too much, but it's probably been about 2 years, 2.5 years, maybe 3 since I really got it up close like that.
Right.
And one of the lanes, they were, they would trick the soldiers with red smoke, just regular smoke, and the soldier would be like, hey, gas. And they trick them and be like, hey, that's not gas. Put your mask away. So then a couple seconds later, when they're all nice and relaxed,
right.
You got this grizzly NCO over here just, boom, tossing that gas in there. And it was kind of funny at first just watching the soldiers like, no, this is gas. Trying to get their mask on. But I kept getting cocky because I'm actually going into the smoke because the smoke's not doing anything to me.
Right.
I'll tell you this last time, but, I got a real good picture from it. But this one time, the last time I was in there 3 times, the 4th time I went in there, I was deep in there. And this gust of wind. And, I'm going to blame those soldiers, too, because in the soldiers' panic, one of their ACHs, their helmets.
Sure.
And it was about to roll over into an embankment off to the side.
Right.
And so I'm taking pictures, and I see his helmet. I'm like, he can't see. He's trying to get on his mask. Let me rescue his helmet. So I get his helmet from going off into the woods.
Right.
Next thing I know, this sudden gust of wind was like, you know what? I'm just going to humble you there, Sarge.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I ate, when I tell you,
got
I
a
ate
face
it,
full.
I ate it all. I was like, oh, no. And all I could do was, I tried to play it off, couldn't play it off. I ran, I got away from the smoke, and then it took me probably about 10, 15 minutes of walking it off to, stop crying and stop coughing.
Now, what happens when you get hit with CS gas? Let's explain it to the listening audience here. Your nose flows uncontrollably. Yes. Your eyes tear up, and it's
chest
just
burns.
nasty.
Yes. Don't rub your face.
It won't kill you or nothing, but it's just nasty.
Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Very uncomfortable. And I'm sure somebody laughed at me. Doesn't matter. I actually got myself on video because I was recording at the time. I went away from the recorder.
Right.
And it's kind of funny. I can laugh at myself, but I was trying to play it off. I'm like, oh, and I'm visually seeing myself playing it off, and I'm like, anybody that sees me can tell I'm freaking hurting from the gas. I'm a bad actor, I guess. Horrible actor. It was bad. I have to send you the video. You can get a laugh at it too.
But you made it here. You survived.
But I'm ready for a shower. I'm ready for a nap. I still feel it. My skin is itching. My eyes are partially closed. I'm ready. I'm gonna go to sleep and try again tomorrow.
Nice. Well, this too shall pass, right?
I hope so.
Well, speaking of this too shall pass, we are going to talk about the year that was 2020 with the Fort Hood Garrison commander, and we're going to do all that right after this.
Hey golfers, are you looking for a new course to play? The Courses of Clear Creek is a 27-hole course with challenging greens located in the scenic rolling hills of Fort Hood. With a 300-yard driving range, 2 putting greens, and a 4-hole kids course, we're the premier golf course in Central Texas. Our pro shop is always stocked with the latest golfing equipment and name brand apparel, while our beautiful pavilion overlooking the course is a great place to enjoy a cold beverage. The Courses of Clear Creek, open to the public, offering annual, monthly, and summer membership packages. Give us a call today at 254-287-4130 or find us on the web at hood.armymwr.com.
Masks on for safety, masks on for safety in the store. When you walk in the door, masks on for safety, masks on for safety, day or night. Do what's right.
Look, bad jingles aren't going to stop the coronavirus, but wearing a mask or a face covering can help lower the chance of infection or spread. So do your part and mask up. Or we may just have to keep singing.
Masks on for safety, masks on for safety. Be a mouth and noser, or else you're a poser.
Do what's right, save a life, wear a mask.
Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast. Your tax dollars at work.
And we're back, and we are joined right now with the Fort Hood Garrison Commander, Colonel Jason Wesbrock. Sir, thank you for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me. This is pretty exciting. My first time doing a podcast, so this will be a great time. I'm looking forward to talking to you.
Now, we've already started off the show talking about the weekend frolicking, winter wonderland that Central Texas was. Tell me what you did on your snow day.
On my snow day, the first thing I did was I went to church because it was Sunday.
There you go.
No snow on the ground really at that point. It was just raining pretty much then. And then
right.
By the time we came out of church, it was starting to snow a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a little bit jaded with my view of snow after spending a couple of years at Fort Wainwright in Alaska.
Oh, yeah.
So this wasn't terrible. The roads I didn't think were all that bad. But as it snowed heavier and the roads went to amber, we eventually worked through the process and delayed opening on Monday. Didn't adjust the schedule on Sunday because it was pretty light traffic anyway.
Right. I mean, most of the school districts in the area, let's face it, they all closed down for the day. It was a snow day, even though snow was pretty much gone by 2:00 Monday afternoon.
I'd say it was closer to the roads were clear by about 7-8 o'clock Monday morning.
Exactly. But state of Texas, I mean, come on. What did we get over the weekend? Maybe 3 to 6 inches?
Yeah, somewhere. I think it depends on where you were. I think Gatesville maybe got a little bit more, but right. I think here on post we got 3 to 4 inches.
Yeah, but the state of Texas closes down if you get a dusting, right?
Yeah, and I mean, people can't even drive in simple weather anyway. Rain, sunshine, any of that stuff. So, I mean, to me, it was funny because I'm from Maryland. You know, I've been on the East Coast, but I mean, I can understand if people aren't used to snow or any kind of inclement weather.
I was putting up video for the post, and had some, here I am. I'm kneeling in the middle of a road, and cars going by, and my family is mostly in Wisconsin. They're like, "Really? That's a dusting. Hold my beer."
I think the best part of the day for me was watching the kids out in the neighborhood playing in the snow, building snowmen, sledding, and
right.
Even if it only lasted for a few hours, it was great to see everybody out.
Also, being from Wisconsin, it's funny because the snowmen here become full of grass and dirt, and they look kind of dirty. Versus, when you get 18 inches of snow, there ain't no way you're getting grass in there. But most of the snowmen in my neighborhood, they look like they were growing hair. But that was this weekend, and sir, what we really want to talk about is 2020 and where we're going in 2021. I've said it many times, and I'll say it again. 2020 for most of us was a dumpster fire. Yes.
Well, there were some challenges in 2020.
There were some challenges.
But there was a lot of goodness that also happened.
Yeah, well, let's talk about some of that, sir. From your foxhole, you are the city manager of a mid-sized American city, if you think about it. And there was a lot that happened here at Fort Hood on the positive side last year.
Right.
Tell me about it.
And so, well, I could say right up front, with COVID and the reduction of people on the installation, at least up front, we were really able to capitalize on the smaller amount of traffic, the operations going on at the ranges and those sorts of things, to really get after doing some great projects here on the installation, from road work to parking lots, to doing some military construction and some maintenance that needed to be done on some buildings as well.
Absolutely. What other areas? It's been difficult, I think, for the workforce. Talking about COVID, how were we able to mitigate and keep all of our organizations and our activities involved and supporting the community?
Well, important to COVID, obviously, is our mitigation measures.
Yeah.
We've seen, interestingly, if you look at, for instance, our child youth service facilities, while we've had a number of cases associated with CYS facilities, we haven't seen any spread in our CYS facilities. And that's a good example of how we're mitigating the spread of COVID-19 and being diligent in our measures.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Kelvin, what do you think about 2020 and Fort Hood as it's going on?
2020. It wasn't the best year, but it's not the worst. There's been the Black Plague before. There's been like a million things, world wars. Wasn't so bad. What's another highlight? Because, in the Army, we're all about modernization. As somebody who, I used to run, but I'm a little beat up now. I would just run, and I'm like, these roads are like the worst. Even when it was going on, I'm like, well, I can't run here. Look, there's whole sections of the road off. But now that I'm looking around now, I'm like, well, you know what? Especially one of the older posts. It's great to get those things, fixed and revamped. So, less traffic on the roads, less people. That allowed, us to do that. What's something else that maybe occurred to kind of reinvigorate our post?
Well, we have a number of ongoing projects. I think one of the big ones is probably applies to many of our soldiers is our barracks renovation program. Mm-hmm. So we have 99 barracks on the installation, and we've been slowly working through as R&M funds become available, renovating the barracks and making them more modern. And so with those 99, we've done 50 of them now, because we just had 3 of them finish up renovation.
Right.
So currently 17 under renovation. We've renovated over the last 5 to 6 years. We've renovated quite a number of them, and we have a plan through FY26 in the Army's facility investment strategy to renovate the remainder of our barracks that need renovation. We also have some military construction projects that are scheduled between now and the FY30 in the facilities investment plan.
Sure.
That will get after building some new barracks, as well as motor pools and a number of other facilities that we need here on the installation.
Maybe you could explain that to folks. Why renovate? Why not just start over and rebuild?
Okay, so when you look at how the Army funds, really Congress funds the Army, and how funds are broken down, we have a sustainment fund, and it's a big complex formula that figures out what type of building, the square footage, and how it's used, and how much money we get for maintenance for that facility every year.
Sure.
And that enables us to upkeep buildings over time. And then at some point, though, the age of the building causes us to have to go to sustainment and modernization.
Okay.
And we use the sustainment and modernization fund to modernize, to renovate. And for some of you who have seen some of the barracks that are under renovation, we essentially take them down to the cement floors and the pillars, and then rebuild them back up. We don't really change the footprint of the building, but it's essentially a new building once it's put back together with new wiring and plumbing and all the stuff that goes along with it. But the reason why we renovate versus building new is cost. So when you renovate a barracks, it's $14 million, ish, depending on what's being done to it. But if you're building new, right, you're talking double to 3 times as much
Right.
money.
Right.
And in some cases, we do have to build new. We're short 3,500 bed spaces on the installation. And as we renovate barracks to the Army's 1+1 standard, or some approximation thereof, we actually lose some bed space. So we have to grow more bed space over time as well.
Sure. One of the things, even well before COVID, I guess, was housing, and some of the progress that's been made. There was a lot identified issues in housing, not just here at Fort Hood. Actually, we kind of came out average. Some other bases were looked at a lot harder than ours, but there's been a lot of progress on that front too, right, sir?
There is. In fact, there continues to be a significant focus in our Army on housing, military housing, on the installations.
Mm-hmm.
Every Monday, as a matter of fact, all the garrison commanders in the Army join a VTC with General Gabriel, the MCOM commanding general, Installation Management Command commanding general, and we talk about displaced families. We talk about housing, and we rotate through a cycle every 5 weeks where we're talking about the specific RCI housing partner for the installation. And so ours is Lend-Lease, and the local here is Fort Hood Family Housing.
Sure.
A lot of progress has been made over the last year with renovations. They're doing some significant work in roofing and painting and what they call extended change of occupancy maintenance, where they're essentially renovating the inside of the homes,
Right.
And trying to make them as modern as they can. And the Army has, much like the facilities investment plan on the barracks, hangars, motor pools, that side of the house, the Army, the Secretary of the Army, the Chief of Staff of the Army back in 2020 have been working on a housing investment plan.
Sure.
And while I can't get into all of the details on that yet, because I can't get ahead of Army senior leaders, what I can say is that we're very close to, I think, announcements on what that's going to mean for Fort Hood. And when I think I'm comfortable saying, because General Gabriel just had a public announcement of this, that Fort Hood is going to see millions of dollars worth of investment into Fort Hood family housing here in fiscal year 21.
Right.
And that will enable more renovations, hopefully building new and tearing down some of our older homes that need to be replaced.
Sure. Toward the end of the year, Lieutenant General White came back from Iraq, and People First campaign kicked off. From your foxhole, sir, tell me how People First equates to our organizations and our customer service that we provide to the community.
Okay. So when you look at the Army, the Chief of Staff of the Army has said people are our number one priority. And when you look at General White's vision, his philosophy, where he uses the caltrop, people are the center triangle in that caltrop, and people are really the fundamental focus of how our Army runs. Mm-hmm. And so across the installation, the focus of the garrison is to be a model readiness, training, and deployment center for our Army. And we do that by the services that we provide on the installation. And it's not just in the garrison, but we have a number of tenant organizations such as AFES and the Commissary Agency and USO. Right. And I'm going to forget somebody, so no, I don't want to go through the laundry list. But we have a great team here at Fort Hood that provides services not just for our soldiers, but for the great family members, for our DA civilians, the contractors that work on the installation, and our large pool of retirees, which we have a number of here in the local area.
Looking ahead, vaccines are being delivered at Carl R. Darnell Army Medical Center now. And hopefully the pandemic becomes a thing of the past. What's your hope for 2021?
My hope for 2021 is that everybody has a blessed year, that they continue to grow, they their families become closer together. But here at Fort Hood is a continued change in the culture where we can get along, we can train, we can work as a team, we can uphold each other. And I look, my youngest son just graduated infantry basic training. He's in processing at Fort Campbell, Kentucky.
Wow.
But I get to see soldiers' reactions through my son's eyes, and it's a different perspective than I've had in a long time.
Sure.
And I want for our soldiers here at Fort Hood what I would want for my son, which is the ability to serve in the capacity that he wants to serve, and to have a long, fruitful career that is free of major concerns.
Amen to that. Kelvin, we got 3 guys in the studio, so I got to go there. I'm wearing my Packer hoodie today because my Packers are still alive in the NFL championship, as are your Baltimore Ravens. Tell me about how you felt watching that game during the snowstorm.
Well, in the beginning, I was a little nervous, but by the end of the game, my dogs kept looking at me because I was yelling. Well, probably screaming is a better word for it. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm a big football guy. So yeah, go Ravens.
I got to ask you, sir. You got an NFL team or no?
Not really. We talked earlier, right? So I grew up outside of Phoenix, Arizona, before the Phoenix Cardinals were a thing.
Right.
So if I was pinned down and you made me pick a team, I would have to say America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. I know. But I do have a college team that I think everybody can get behind, and that's the Army team. And so I do watch one football game religiously every year,
Army-Navy.
which is Army-Navy.
Yeah.
And, happy to cheer the Army team this year against both Navy and Air Force.
Well, there you go. Well, sir, thank you very much for stopping by. It's been a pleasure. And don't be a stranger, We will have you on anytime you tell me to.
We might have to do that again soon because I enjoyed this. This was great.
Thanks a lot, sir. And we will be back with more after this.
Where do you go to get the latest news from Fort Hood, Texas?
The Fort Hood Sentinel.
And where do you go if you want ideas for things to do in Central Texas?
The Fort Hood Sentinel.
What if you don't have a copy of the Fort Hood Sentinel?
Then I go to my local newsstand and pick up a copy, or go online to www.forthoodsentinel.com.
The Fort Hood Sentinel, Fort Hood's premier place for news and Central Texas information, standing watch since 1942.
What does resiliency mean to you? For the folks at Fort Hood Resiliency Campus, resiliency is helping folks help themselves. The campus offers a wide range of programs, each aimed at assisting Fort Hood units and individuals in need of morale and team-building opportunities. Through programs like the Applied Fitness Center, Military Life Counselors, the Army Wellness Center, Nutrition Clinic, and the Warrior Quest Adventure Program, the Resiliency Campus headquarters is located on the 5th floor of the Shoemaker Center on Darnall Loop. To find out more about what the Fort Hood Resiliency Campus can offer you, look them up on Facebook or give them a call at 254-285-5693.
It's me, Super Mario. Woohoo! Hello to all my friends at the Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast, your number one.
I've asked you this before, Kelvin. How many years do you have left in the Army?
All I can say is they're winding down, and I'm looking forward to the afterlife.
and Brianna.
I mean, not the actual afterlife, but you know what I mean.
Don't want to die.
Life after the Army.
Yeah.
Brianna, you're getting toward the end of the Army experience as well,
am,
correct?
yes.
So both of you should be very interested in speaking with our next guest.
Yes.
And that is Jerry Hernandez from Soldier for Life Transition Assistance Program here at Fort Hood.
Woohoo!
Hi, Jerry.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Last year, at this time of year, actually, the Fort Hood Great Big Podcast was at Club Hood.
Mm-hmm.
And thousands of folks were milling in and out of that place
yeah.
for
Full
your
house.
winter mega career fair.
Yeah.
This year is something totally different, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so break it down for us.
Just like everyone else, we had to adjust fire. No longer have to do allowed to do face-to-face career fairs with COVID-19 restrictions. So this year we did something different. We're doing a virtual career fair.
Okay.
Now, as you know, as we did the career fair last year, we were limited on space, how many employers we could have, and how many job seekers we have. Virtual, unlimited. We can have unlimited employers and job seekers.
And it's global.
And it's global.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's, internet,
Yeah.
right?
And then you can see if you can visit every table virtually.
Right.
Whereas you go on, in person, it's kind of hard. You have to get through the crowd and so you're not really able to speak to that recruiter from that company.
Sure.
Virtual, you can do that.
True. Now, you've done one of these before, right?
Correct. We did one in October.
The one in October was virtual.
Very successful.
So tell me a little bit about how that rolled and how that happened. Because I know we did a promotion of it, but then it happened.
Yes.
And so kind of run down how that worked and how many folks actually participated.
We had 150 employers and approximately 600 job seekers.
Okay.
Which is not as, it's less than what we have in-person one.
Right.
However, in the first one, it's a new thing for everybody. It worked out great. As I said earlier, you can see every employer there. It's a virtual. They set up their virtual booth just like you would walk into a job fair. You have a table set up. You can speak to them by live chat, or video. And if for some reason you're not able to reach them, the employer can reach up back to the job seeker and contact them via email.
Okay.
Which is a great thing to do.
Sure.
And the big thing for everybody, this is free of cost, both to the employer and the job seeker.
Right.
Wow.
600 job seekers. Now, you've got a flyer out there now on social media and all that stuff. You're hoping to pump that number up this time, right?
Yes, we're hoping to hump it up some more with restrictions still out there, COVID-19. And we're actually pushing through through the media to push that out to everybody. It's easier you have to register to the website. And the best way to reach us is through Facebook. Go to the Fort Hood SFL TAP Facebook, and the link is there for you.
Right, exactly. How many employers when we're recording this, we're about 2 weeks out.
I have 110 employers right now.
Okay.
And approximately 45 universities. We're going to add colleges out there.
Yeah, I noticed that on the flyer.
So the colleges will be there not to hire, but to enroll people into the universities.
I see. Smart.
Okay. You'd be interested in at least checking that aspect out, right?
No, so I'm actually, maybe.
You're almost done.
I'm almost done. So hopefully not.
Well, that's just your bachelor's, right?
Right, just a bachelor's.
Yeah,
yes.
there's always
that's
more.
True. I just don't know if I want to do my bachelor's forever. I may switch it, but we'll see.
So you'll have counselors there to talk to you also.
There are you're still planning on 2 mega career fairs in 2021?
Okay, correct. Our normal, yes, sir.
What do you think the fall one will look like, or when is the next one? Because normally it's in the summer, right?
Correct. Next one's scheduled for June the 16th.
Is that still planned to be
still
virtual?
Planned out right now we're planning to face-to-face.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yes.
hopefully the immunization will kick out great,
Yes.
and the restrictions will come down. We're still planning for that. If it's not June, we're looking at a secondary date, which would be the following month in July.
Okay. So if you have to push it a little bit, you would love to hold the next one as a face-to-face at Club Hood. Here
Yes.
we are at Fort Hood.
We missed the interaction with the employers and the transitioning personnel.
Well, I mean, typically the mega career fair at Fort Hood, at Club Hood, draws, you had 600 for the virtual, the first one. That was the first virtual, and you're hoping to top that. But the club will draw how many people?
Between 3,000 and 5,000 job seekers.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And were there more employers or less employers?
We're limited to 186 because of the size.
Well, that's still a lot of employers.
It's a lot of employers.
So SFL TAP, with COVID restrictions, and the virtual thing going on, how has it been for soldiers that are transitioning out? Does it make it tougher? Does it make your job tougher?
It makes it tougher for the soldiers because you're talking to the counselors via telephone.
Right.
You don't get that face-to-face interaction. So if you have follow-up questions, you have to come back to reply via email and so on.
Right.
But we're still seeing the soldiers, unfortunately, virtually or by telephone.
Right. Kelvin, what do you think?
Well, the SFL TAP program is extremely important for soldiers, especially those thinking about transitioning. So as running the SFL TAP, what do you suggest to soldiers who are thinking about making that next step, whether it be retirement or just transitioning out of the military, when is a good time to come see a SFL TAP or contact a SFL TAP rep?
If you're retiring 2 years out, you can start 2 years out. Regular ETS, or you're planning on getting out 365 days, 1 year. You can always change your mind. You can always start the process. But you have to start the process. Be prepared. Just like you're in the military, be prepared for your mission. As you said earlier, for the afterlife, you have to prepare, you have to prepare for it. So now, as soon as you find out what you're going to do, then is the time to do it.
Sure. I agree.
You can contact us by phone or by Facebook, or just come by and see us at the Copeland Center. We'll see you still person to person to check you in, but after that, you'll see the counselors, like I said, via phone or virtual.
What's that? What's your main number there at Copeland?
It's a 288-2227.
2227, 288.
Correct.
All right.
So, with I know there's so many programs and options out there for people. What would you say has been the biggest challenge for getting all this together? I know this is totally different than the face-to-face and everyone gathering together and things like that.
As far as a job fair or just SFL and Tap and Hold?
The job fair.
To me, I miss the interaction with the employers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them want to come see the soldiers because you can get a better understanding when you talk to them face to face, instead of just looking at their resume.
Sure.
You get a bigger feel on what they can bring to the fight as far as the employer is concerned. Their energy, their qualities they might have. You can see that when you see them face to face. That's the big challenge I see from the employers, and the employers are ready to come. But it's like everybody else, they're kind of restricted on their travel until everything happens from there. So that's been my biggest challenge.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, thank goodness there's a vaccine out right now.
Yes.
Now that next winter mega, now we're calling it a mega career
education fair.
Career and education fair.
Correct.
And that's happening when?
On the 26th of January. It's on virtual from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And
Central Standard Time.
And the best place to, because you got a little point your phone at it and sign up here.
Correct.
All right. So, and the best place to find that is where?
On the SFL TAP Facebook page. Fort Hood SFL TAP.
Too easy. Jerry, it'll be fun, right?
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
I really do hope that the summer one is face-to-face.
I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't even remember what face-to-face
COVID's over.
is.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
COVID's not going anywhere.
No, don't say that.
Okay, I'm knocking on wood.
Knock on
My
wood.
bad.
Okay, thank you.
No, it's not gone
I'm
wood
so
here.
bad.
Yeah, right. On your head.
No, thanks for coming by, and look forward to maybe doing something at Club Hood, with Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast one more time.
Yes, sir.
All
Hope
right.
to see you guys there.
I would love
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I'll be
All right.
there.
You will? Oh, yeah. Well, you're getting short. Never mind. All right.
I'll be there. I am short. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah.
But 5'7.5" is not short. Round it up to 5'8".
Oh,
Good.
I think we hit a nerve there.
God.
Okay. And we'll be back after this.
Let your voice be heard at BOSS.
What's BOSS?
BOSS stands for Better Opportunities for Single Soldiers and serves the single service member community, active, guard, and reserve, as well as single parents, geographical bachelors, all U.S. military service branches, and foreign service members assigned to the installation. The BOSS program is based on quality of life, community service, and recreation and leisure. As a member of BOSS, have a voice in how you live, how you spend your leisure time, and how you support the community around you. BOSS membership and the program's available leadership and project management roles also will enhance your promotion package. For more information about how you can become a BOSS member, visit our website at hood.armymwr.com.
Here he is, Jeff Snarkworthy.
Thank you, yeah. If you've got a sudden, unexpected fever, you might have coronavirus. If you've traveled from or through a state where coronavirus is prevalent, you might have coronavirus. If that fever of yours, if it's accompanied by a feeling of shortness of breath or difficulty breathing, you might have coronavirus.
Coronavirus is steadily spreading across not only the United States, but the world. Being aware of the signs and symptoms of coronavirus helps keep us all safe. If you suspect that you may have been infected with the virus, call 254-553-6612. That's the Fort Hood Health Hotline, 254-553-6612.
If you've been around some place where people were infected, if you got that fever, shortness of breath, and a cough, you might have coronavirus.
Coronavirus. It's no laughing matter.
Hello?
Got a problem? Write your congressman. Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast.
Coming on strong on a Monday. I feel so low, won't be long till one day.
Still no Brianna. She made it for that interview that was taped earlier, but no show today.
Well played. Well played.
Well, you know, your day started early, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been up since 3:20 this morning, so haven't even really ate all day, so your boy is hungry.
Yeah, I feel you. You know, I'm doing the diet thing. It started this week.
Can't do it.
Oh, God.
You only live once. Yodo.
Yeah, but I've been saying that since I retired in 2008. And, you know, when you're adding 5 pounds a year, do the math. That ain't good.
Yeah, that's true. But food is good, Dave.
Yeah, I know
I'm
it
just
is.
saying.
I know it is. But, man, you know what's the hardest part of dieting and really sticking with a diet?
Snacking?
Yeah, exactly. It's not the meals. It's I'm watching, or, you know, you're watching football on Sunday, or you're watching TV after dinner, 2 hours after dinner, right? And you're up for another 2 or 3 more hours. You know, a glass of water ain't cutting it.
No.
It just ain't cutting it. Last night I was seriously Jones, and it was like, there's still some chips in the pantry. There's still some. I made it, but that was the first real night of the diet kicking off. Yeah.
You lucked out.
Yeah.
Plus, you probably saw all types of commercials for.
Do you notice that when you're hungry, and I know you're hungry now, all you see is food commercials.
It's good stuff. That's right. They know how to get people.
Fast.
They're not dumb.
Yeah.
I might just go to McDonald's right now. I don't even want McDonald's.
That's called product endorsement. We don't do that here.
I mean, McDougal's.
Yeah, you know, the Arch place.
The place
that sells hamburgers and cheeseburgers.
You shouldn't eat every day of the week with those golden arches.
That will supersize you over those retirement years, trust me.
And I hope somebody got that McDougal's reference. Somebody had to get that.
All right, explain it.
Had Coming to America, which they have a sequel coming out.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
That was the fictitious name of the restaurant that they worked at.
Is it the same?
Oh yeah. In Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, they're going to be playing like 10 different characters again. It's going to be great.
They're not the same guys though, right?
Oh, they will be.
Oh yeah,
they play the same characters, and then they'll play the characters they played in the barbershop. And I mean, in the original movie, there were just so many different characters.
Yeah,
it was great. So
yeah,
I love stuff like that.
And that drops when?
Sometime this year. I want to say in a couple months it's supposed to come out, but don't quote me on that. This is off the record.
So, what are you going to do for dinner tonight since you're starving and have been up since 3:30 this morning?
I don't want to tempt you, Dave, but
you got to tell me. You know, I'll live precariously through your Go ahead.
I saw a deal at Papa John's. They had some kind of cheeseburger pizza. I mean, it might be good on a Tuesday. I don't know. There's a couple of fast food options I can go for. I mean,
not thinking healthy at all, though, are you?
No,
just thinking,
because I
get in my belly.
I have not eaten a thing all day, and it's already dinner time. So
yeah, it is.
I missed breakfast, lunch, so I gotta go big for dinner, big and unhealthy. So a burger, fries, maybe even a hot dog. I don't even like hot dogs, but that's how hungry I am.
Well, there you go. Anything works at this point.
It will, except for whatever you're eating. That doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it comes out of these little MRE bags, and you heat them in the microwave and kind of spoon it into a bowl and go, that's not much. But, hey, day 2 so far, and so good. Not the food.
Yes.
The diet.
I mean, I
lost 1.5 pounds in 2 days.
I have complete faith in you.
That's a good thing.
I actually have a couple friends on
only 50 more to go.
Diets. Yeah. And don't forget, you are allowed a cheat day. Everybody's allowed a cheat day.
Yeah, but on this one, not until day 13.
That's not so bad.
I got to go 2 weeks, basically.
That's not so bad.
Yeah.
Just mark
something
down
to look
everything.
Forward to.
Yeah, just mark down your cheat day menu right now. Something to look forward to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And with that, we have, hopefully, we are going to be talking to folks from the Carl R. Darnell Army Medical Center next week.
Oh, yeah, we love them.
And did you know that January is National Blood Donor Month?
I did because...
I just told you?
I did, yes, because you just told me.
No, actually, you did know, right?
I did.
Yeah. Does your unit do the blood drive thing?
We haven't since, but it's
not so much
it's
during
been a while.
COVID, right?
Yeah, not since COVID. Last year was the last time we did it.
Yeah.
And even I gave blood. I saw a couple soldiers faint. I was not one of those soldiers that I could remember, but I did wake up in a chair with a cookie in my hand, so maybe it was me. But yeah, I mean, it's always good, especially, you know, during COVID, I know there has been a shortage, so
yeah.
I mean, anytime you can give blood, especially now.
I'm told they're really looking for plasma, but we want to get them on next week as well and talk about where they're at and the need for blood and all that. And just shout out to the Robertson Blood Center right now. And we hope to be hearing more from them next week as well. So looks like no Brianna this week as he stares at the door.
Yep, she's not going to make it.
All right, so Kelvin, you take us out this week.
Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm hungry anyway. It's time to go. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. And we will see you next time. Roll Tide.
Hello? Guys? Anybody there? No? No? Dang it. All right. I'll see you guys next week then.
Driving down the road